Nobody would claim that Richard Dawkins is a bad communicator. I mean, he spends a lot of time, major effort, websites and so on, trying to put out information. Yet, as you well remember at Beyond Belief 1 in 2006, even there, you had to sort of have a word with him about the way in which he was...
That's, to this day, my most viewed YouTube clip.
Well, it's actually the 76th most discussed all time and the 90th most rated of all time in the how-to and style section on YouTube, not even science and technology. It's been
of all time, of all?
Yes, over
700,000
views. And what you said to him after he had felt that one of the other presenters' presentations perhaps was lacking.
You're a professor of the public understanding of science, not professor of delivering truth to the public. And these are two different exercises. One of them is you put the truth out there, and like you said, they either buy your book or they don't. Well, that's not being an educator. That's just putting it out there. Being an educator is not only getting the truth right, but there's got to be an act of persuasion in there as well. Persuasion isn't always, here's the facts, you're either an idiot or you're not. It's here are the facts, and here is a sensitivity to your state of mind. And it's the facts plus the sensitivity, when convolved together, creates impact. And I worry that your methods, how articulately barbed you can be, ends up simply being ineffective when you have much more power of influence than what is currently reflected in your output.
I gratefully accept the rebuke.
And everyone broke out in laughter because no one expected that.
And they were
ready for a fight.
It was a nice exchange, but this does make my point that it is not as easy to convey very complicated information at a level that is satisfactory to the practitioners of it and is informative to the recipients of it.
It's hard, but so what? So do we choose to do things because they're easy? No. It sound like Kennedy. We choose to do it because it's hard. You do hard things because there is the reward of having achieved it when you're done.
Well, it sounds here as though this is something else you said.
Wait, by the way, I would distinguish. No one would deny that Hawkins is one of the great communicators of our day. He's got his books; they're bestsellers and all the like. But I'd rather slice Dawkins. Yeah, sorry. I'd rather unpack the word communicator and split it into two categories. One of them is, are you effective at what you do? That's what communication means. It means you have a message, someone receives it. There are two ends to that line segment. That's different from, are you articulate? He's articulate. That man, Dawkins, he's got a level of articulation of his delivery that would make any American jealous, all right? It's why we all wish we had some kind of fraction of the literary education that goes on in the United Kingdom over here. So he'll make his point, and he'll say exactly what he means, and he'll mean exactly what he says, and he'll say it with brilliant juxtaposition of words that we hardly ever hear much over here, but are brilliantly put together in a sentence. Yes, he's articulate. Is the message working? If it's not working, why not? Because being articulate is not the same thing as communicating. Communicating is understanding the mind of who you're talking to. Not just how great is your oration, let people come to it and paw at it and study it. Are you speaking straight to the soul of the person you're communicating with? And I don't think he is. Because there are people who are not as articulate as he is, who are actually put off by the weight of his expertise of oration. And I'm not trying to say he should, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if he spent more time studying the mind of his listeners and wanted to have an effect on that mind, he would not communicate in the ways, he would not speak in the ways that he does. Because there's a sharpness to it. There's a wit to it. It's so sharp and so witty that it's almost aggressive.